It's ingrained in my head.
What's going on, J&B fam?
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and join the J&B fam.
Now, first we want to apologize for not being able to upload yesterday.
We have family matters we have to attend to.
Yeah, so we had to attend to that. Family is always first. So, yeah, we will be uploading today and tomorrow to make up for that. So, we apologize.
Yeah, we're sorry.
But today we're going to be giving out relationship advice or couples advice or, yeah, the key to long-term relationships.
Yeah.
And me and Blake get asked all the time how we have been together so long at such a young age. If you don't know, me and Blake have been together almost 4 years. And, yeah, we're not completely adults. We're not, like, getting married anytime soon or anything. But we've been together a long time.
No?
I met Blake when I was 13.
I met her when I was 16.
So, yeah, we've been together a pretty long time. So we're going to be giving out relationship advice of how to, or how we kept our relationship strong and going.
Yeah.
Okay. So, key number 1 is communication.
Yeah.
Communication is really big in a relationship, regardless of how long you've been together. Communicating leads to a lot of things. Like if you have misunderstandings, you can communicate.
Yeah.
Communicate about how you feel. I'm someone who kind of likes to keep my feelings inside and not like talk about them a lot. So the key to having someone understand you is to communicate with that person. Yeah, pretty much everything in a relationship you have to communicate about. I mean,
Yeah, but the thing is, you gotta understand that it does take time.
Communication doesn't always...
Yeah.
It's not something, like, some people I know are good at communicating, some people I know have troubles communicating. I was one of them people. But it does take time, and it does get easier to communicate with your partner. But the main key to a relationship is to communicate. That way, misunderstandings don't lead to breakups. Arguments don't lead to breakups. Communication is just a big part.
Yeah. And, I mean, on that key, communication, yeah, of course, it's going to take a little bit of time to get understanding. But you got to understand the first couple months when you are getting together, it will be hard. That's just a key factor.
Yeah. Communication isn't always easy, but the key to a strong relationship is definitely to communicate. We've learned that over the past few years. Like Blake said, it's not always easy. It's not always...
It's not hard. It's just you got to get used to it.
Yeah. You have to understand that a person cares about you and about how you feel, and you also have to realize that it isn't self-centered anymore, so you have to communicate about how somebody else feels and not just you.
Understanding. So basically with understanding, it's just understanding how the other person feels, how the other person works, basically. Like, if you were to say that we were fighting over something, you gotta understand where they are coming from as well.
Yeah, understanding is also a big part. Like, I know that when me and Blake first got together, Blake lived in another town than me.
Yeah.
We lived about 25-30 minutes away from each other, and Blake went to school. For those of you who don't know, I'm homeschooled as of right now. So I do go to school, it's just from home. But Blake was attending public school. So we could only see each other on the weekends.
Yeah.
So there was 5 days out of a week that we didn't really get to see each other. There was certain times we would hang out throughout the week, but it wasn't for long. It wasn't a lot. So you do have to understand that the other person does have a life too. If y'all don't live together, seeing each other could be a trouble. I know me and Blake had that problem for a while.
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
We couldn't see each other every day, which put a strain on our relationship. I know we had to like rely on our parents, and sometimes our parents had their own things going on, so they didn't want to like help with rides or, I mean, whatever the case may be, whether it's 25, 30 minutes away or it's a couple hours away or even a few states away. You do have to understand that that person does have their own life and their own things going on. So, yeah, you have to understand, just as if you would want that person to understand how your life works and how you feel, understanding how your partner feels.
Yeah, that's it. That's a big one.
Understanding feelings, arguments. When those come, you have to understand not only what the other person did wrong, but what you did wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, understanding is a really big part too. Everything can't just be about one person. You do have to understand the aspect of somebody else's life. Key number 3 is honesty. So, I know this is a big thing that a lot of couples have problems with.
Yeah, it's a big one.
I understand. I mean, I'm pretty sure every young adult understands. As teenagers, as young adults, you kind of want to do your own thing. You kind of don't want somebody
Tell me
like
what to do.
Yeah, over top of your shoulder, kind of like, you know, all up in your business. You're going to want your own space. You kind of want to do your own thing. I mean, you don't want to have to constantly tell somebody, be honest about what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're going to see it as you're a teenager, you're a young adult, so you're just starting life. You're going to want to do things that could put a halt on your relationship. You're going to want to experience life. You're going to want to get out into the world.
Yeah.
But the key thing to a relationship is honesty. You always want to tell the truth. That's a big key to a long-term relationship, especially like honesty about if you're one of them people who are worried about like who someone talks to.
Yeah, like always checking somebody's phone or something.
Yeah, I mean, checking phones is okay. I understand that. Passwords, that kind of thing. Certain people are about it, certain people aren't. But I can promise you that checking somebody's phone every single day, every single hour, every time you have suspicions isn't always going to tell you the truth. Basically, if you want a long-term relationship, if you're serious about the person that you're with, you're going to want to be honest about who you're talking to, where you're going, what you're doing. I mean, you just want to be honest. If you want that person to tell you the truth, you tell them the truth.
Alright, so the next key factor for a relationship is trust. Without trust, you can't really understand what somebody is talking about exactly.
Without trust, it will never work.
Yeah, it won't.
Never.
Yeah, it won't work. And you will never actually understand where somebody's coming from as well. And you will never believe somebody. So you got to understand where, like, for example, for us, we build up trust over time. So
yeah, trust is definitely not something that's built in one day. It's not built in 1 week. Trust takes a long, long time to build.
yeah, it really does.
Without trust in a relationship, it will never work. If you can't trust your significant other, there really isn't a point, because I've been in toxic relationships in the past, and I can guarantee that checking phones, checking social medias, it doesn't always tell you the truth. People can be sneaky. They can delete things. They can hide things. If you can't trust that person, if in your gut you feel like something isn't right, 9 times out of 10 it's not.
Yeah.
Trust, you have to be able to trust your partner in general. Trust their word. You shouldn't have to check their phone or their social media all the time. You should be able to ask them a question and trust that they're telling you the truth. Trust that they're telling you the truth about who they're talking to, where they're going, what they're doing. If you can't believe what the other person says, if you can't trust your significant other around certain people or talking to certain people.
Yeah, so if you got a second guess about what your partner is saying, basically that's not trusting somebody.
Yeah. If you ever have to second guess something in your relationship, then it's not good. It's very hard to leave toxic relationships, especially when you love somebody. You overlook the toxic and harmful things that they do. You overlook the lies, and it's not good. It's not healthy. You should always be able to trust your significant other no matter what the case is. You should never have to second guess what they're saying, what they're doing, where they're going. Second guessing just should not be an option. Everything should be trusted. So that's another big key. Okay, so key number 5 is respect.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yes, that one is. So I know that when people get into relationships, they think everything has to be about them.
Yeah.
I know when I first started dating, I thought that time had to be about me. Everything had to be about me. And that's just not good. You have to respect the other person's life. You have to respect the things they like, the things they like to do, like to watch. I mean, regardless if you like something or not, you take time to do something the other person wants to do. You respect their things, you respect their beliefs, you respect their opinions. You may not always agree on things, you may not always want to do the same things, but you do always want to respect your significant other and the things that comes with them and their life.
Yeah, because with men and women, I've talked to multiple different people, and in their own opinion, they all think different. They always think they're right. They always think they're right. They always want to do this, but somebody else wants to do this. And
Yeah,
it's just, you gotta respect that if somebody wants to do something, go and do something with them, and then later on, y'all can go do something you want to do. It's not hard.
Yeah, you do. You always want to respect your significant other. Even during arguments,
Yeah.
you want to respect the other person's opinion. I know that's easier said than done. It sounds a lot easier than it is. But if you love that person, you do want to treat them with respect. You don't want to disrespect them or disrespect their beliefs. You definitely want to respect them.
Yeah. Alright, so the next one is trying new things. So basically, anything that your partner wants you to try, like watching a movie that they like, trying the food that they want you to try, anything in general. It can be a big factor because it also revolves around the respect and the trust and whatnot. It also continues to build up your relationship. It's not that really hard to even do.
Yeah, trying new things.
Yeah.
I know that one can be a difficult one. Nobody's relationship is perfect. Okay, so like I was saying, nobody's relationship is perfect. I personally know this one can be a very hard one to do. I'm not someone who likes doing things that I don't like to do. Me and Blake are two totally different people.
Yeah.
Blake, like, for example, Blake likes Marvel and those type of movies. Not me. I'm not a fan, period. I do not like those type of things. I do not like to watch them. So I know personally it can be very hard to try new things, especially if you don't want to, you don't like to, it's not something you can get into. I personally have struggled with this one in the past. But you do have to try new things. You do have to try things that your partner wants to do, vice versa. They need to try things you want to do. It's not just a one-way street. Things work both ways. Different people like different things. You are two different people, so you do like two different things.
Yeah.
So basically, say if it comes down to a movie, me and Blake, we would pick a certain day, watch a movie I want to watch, pick a certain day, watch a movie he wants to watch. It's not about you liking it. It's about you taking time out of your day to show that you understand and you respect your relationship enough to do something the other person wants to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next big key is loyalty. This is a very big one. A very, very big one. Always be loyal to your partner. If you don't want to be with that person, if you don't want to settle down, if this isn't the person you see yourself having kids with, or spending the rest of your life with, getting married, building a family, building a future with this person, if you don't see yourself like that, don't waste that person's time. Don't
waste your time.
Don't waste your time. Don't hurt somebody else's feelings or break somebody else's heart because you're unsure of your own. Cheating is just, it makes no sense. Just tell that person, because I can almost 100% assure you that it will hurt that person for you to tell them you don't want to be with them, but it's not going to hurt them as bad as to having to wonder what they did wrong, wonder what was so bad about them that they weren't just a good person, weren't just a good fit. Never cheat. Never cheat on your partner. Never make them second guess that they're not good enough, because that person is made for somebody somewhere. So don't waste your time. Don't waste their time. Don't make them feel like they're a bad person, they did something wrong, that there's something wrong with them. Just always be loyal to your partner. Always.
Yeah, just keep it simple. Just be loyal. Don't, if you're gonna waste the time, just end it. There's no point in it.
Yeah, there's nothing really much more you can say about it. Just don't cheat.
Yes, don't do it.
Stay loyal to your partner.
It also causes a lot of drama.
Yeah, certain people, also I know that certain people have different beliefs on cheating.
Yeah.
Certain people believe that flirting is cheating. Certain people believe different things. The way I see it, the way I've always thought about it, is do not do something you would not want them doing. Okay, so the next one is understand that bad times come. Nobody's relationship is perfect. I don't care how happy they look, how they pose their relationship, how they put it out there. Nobody's relationship is perfect. Nobody's. So a big thing is understand that bad times come. Arguments will happen. It's guaranteed. Arguments definitely will happen. Misunderstandings will happen. Disagreements will happen. Back to understanding and respecting that person's opinions and their beliefs. But don't let a little argument ruin your relationship. Don't let a misunderstanding ruin your relationship, because they will come. Bad times will come. Only the strong survive it. So, yeah, you just have to, if you think that you're going to get into a relationship and you're never going to argue, you're never going to have misunderstandings,
then there's something wrong.
You're definitely wrong.
Yeah.
I can assure that me and Blake has been together almost 4 years. And in that 4 years, there's been a lot of disagreements. There's been a lot of arguments. Bad times come.
Yeah.
If you're strong enough to get through them, you're strong enough to get through anything in your relationship.
Alright, so for the next one, don't let other people ruin your relationship. There's always going to be people that are going to look down on y'all's relationship. Mm-hmm. Like, just in general saying that y'all aren't a cute match, y'all don't seem like y'all would do great together. Just don't listen to them in general. Always try your best and always look forward to your own future. You can't be somebody else. Be yourself.
Yeah, this one is a big one, especially in today's society and today's generation. Do not let someone else ruin your relationship. Do not believe other people. People will hate on your relationship. They will hate on your success. If you are happy and you are doing good, that's all that matters. Don't let anybody, I don't care who, don't let other people tell you that your relationship isn't going to work. Don't let them tell you that, oh, this person was this back when, or this person was a liar, or this person was a cheater. Don't believe them. Sometimes things turn out to be true, but a lot of times they don't. If you let other people affect your relationship, it's definitely not going to work out. Always stay true to yourself, stay true to your relationship. If you and your significant other are positive and you believe that you're going to work, then that's all you need. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people say. It's only two people in a relationship, and it's up to y'all to make it work. I mean, don't let other people tear apart your happiness.
People are always going to push you down for something they want but can't get.
Yes. Some people are jealous of other people.
Yeah.
Some people just don't like seeing other people happy. Do not let them people bring you down. There are plenty of negative people in the world. There's plenty of negativity. Don't let that bother you. If you're happy, you're happy. You know what makes you happy. If you're happy, don't let somebody else take that away from you. Yeah. Okay, so the last one of them all is space. Space is a really big deal that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't think about it. A lot of people don't really pay attention to it. But people need space. That's being human. You need your own space. You need time to yourself. You need time to do things you want to do. Give your partner space. Don't always think that everything has to be about you or everything has to be done with you. Let your partner do things they want to do by themselves. Give them time to do some things they want to do. You don't always have to be with that person 24 hours a day. You don't always have to talk to that person 24 hours a day. Definitely give them space. I know I get very irritated if I don't have personal time to myself to do things I want to do. So yeah, just give them space. They'll come when they're ready. They'll give attention. Just make sure you give that person their space. That's just being human. Everybody wants time to themselves. Everybody wants to have space.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want somebody personally all up in my space, all up on me, all up in my business 24/7. Like, being human, you kind of want some time away from everybody, away from everything. You kind of want to do your own thing. Give them space. Let them do that. Don't get mad. don't feel like that person's pushing you away just because they want some space. That's just being human.
Yeah, I got a habit of video games like any other guy, basically. And she just finds something to do. It's really not that hard. Just find something else you want to do that seeks your interest.
Yeah, I know. Blake, he will play video games for hours. If that, whatever the case may be in your relationship, find something to do. Personally, I like to do makeup. I like to do nails. I like to watch YouTube videos. I like to do plenty of things. So, when he's playing games for hours, I take that time to do something I want to do. Alright, guys. Well, that's it for our relationship advice.
Yeah.
Once again, we're sorry we weren't able to upload yesterday, but we did take time to upload today. We will be uploading tomorrow, and the schedule will be fixed next week.
Yeah.
But if you made it this far, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.